Yeah, fellas, the title of the show is called Another Simp Lost His Mind. I'm talking about the shooting out in San Bernardino. This time it was actually a black man. This idiot went into a school to kill his wife. She found out something about him and said, I didn't know that about you. And then she separated from him. And then he went in to shoot at her. He hit 2 kids by mistake, trying to kill her. You guys gotta stop doing that shit. No woman is worth losing your life over. Period. Now he's ruined his son's life because they stormed his home and his son was taken out of the house. Didn't even know what was going on. He ruined his life is gone. Her life is gone. One of the children is gone. Now, Jovina, she started doing research on this because she deals with Trumpers a lot. I'm talking about the redneck ones that drive the trucks and have no teeth and shit. They like to do the old racist talking points. I don't want to make this a racial battle, but she wouldn't found out in last 50 years? Or since 1983? 82 to 2016. Shootings at schools by Dom Society, 48. By black folks, 14. Now we got to add one more to it, 15. Asian, 6. Latino, 6. Native American, 3. Other, 5. And unknown, 1. I guess they didn't know what the guy was. He ran and shot someone and ran out before they got him, I guess.
The Native American said it was only of Native American heritage.
Yeah.
So
that's Native American.
Most of them were white. But of Native
Yeah, you said when you Googled shootings at schools, only
when you Google
Society people came up. Mass shootings. Well, they do the mass shootings, yeah.
Then
no offense.
All you see is all the white shooters.
Yeah. You guys, got to reach out to somebody. Reach out for help. If you're mentally weak like that, and I told you guys, you guys need to get your first girlfriend. She'll show you what kind of man you are. By the way, I'm looking for Alfonso. Alfonso, where you at? I just haven't talked to you in a while. Get a little bit concerned. She'll tell you, she'll show you what kind of male you are. And that's where you need to start strengthening yourself and learn to become a real man. Just because you were raised improperly, just because you grew into a weak man, doesn't mean you got to make others suffer for your own stupidity and weakness. Every one of you guys should be working on yourself, trying to better yourself in some way, in some form. I put out there that you should belong to Toastmasters, learn to become a great speaker. Remember ancient Greece? They pride orators, people who could excuse me, who could orate in public. Remo says we need a moment of silence for the Punisher 1. Yep. One of my players had 2 girls, actually had a bunch of chicks. And he had 2 main ones, and I told him to get rid of the one chick and stay with the other. One chick he couldn't even come with, so they're in sex therapy. And he had this Puerto Rican chick, and the main chick, the sister, went through his phone, busted him, called the Puerto Rican chick. He simped out to her and got it back on the team. Totally ignored everything I told him. So we're having trouble with him on the forum again. This just started like 5 years ago with this brother. But now the Puerto Rican chick got through his phone again. I don't know why you guys don't lock your phones. I don't know why you guys, I guess he sleeps so heavy she can get his thumbprint or something like that. You need to have it double locked with a long combination code. I don't know how it happened, but this time the Puerto Rican girl got in there and saw he's still talking to other chicks. And now he's buying a promise ring and a key to his place. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Okay? You get caught, Admit you got caught. Okay. Looks like I'm back. I'm reconnected. Sorry about that. My software disconnected. A lot of males don't realize that they're simps. That means they're weak inside. They're weak males. They'll do what weak males do. Look at these people that run to these organizations. We're going our own way. One of the fellows had nerve to defend people that get around and whine about their problems. I believe in fixing your problems. I believe in solving your problems. I believe in fixing what's wrong with you. Instead of getting into these internet groups and whining about shit, whining about the way life is. Go out there and create the kind of life that you want. Don't sit back and whine about it. Don't sit back and join these weird groups and feel all powerful. Then you get all these people who want to become internet stars rising up like that angry MGTOW guy, trying to raise his voice up. It was so comical, him trying to talk loud and act like he was preaching. And he was so fake. It was fake. Then you get all these other people coming to there, and they're just really just trying to make money off of them, trying to get clicks on their videos, because YouTube pays you for that, so they can become popular there. Internet marketers, by the way, that's what they are. They're internet marketers. They're just trying to make money. YouTube is a weird place, man. YouTube has all the fucking weirdos. I'm dealing with some white supremacists right now over the whole, Hannibal Barca stuff. They believe that Hannibal had to be white. He could have been half white. He had to be full white, full Aryan. It's like, what the fuck? Historians know, he's from Africa, by the way. And what can I say? I'm arguing with some Portuguese about North Africa. Yeah. Because one of them came up with some North African blood, and I try to explain to him that's where Tariq Gibraltar, I can't say his name, came from, that conquered Spain and Portugal. See, they don't like the fact that some blacks conquered them. And they want to make it Arabs or some shit like this. It's because they were Muslims. I deal with a lot of shit on idiots on YouTube. If you Google Moors, M-O-O-R-S, Rembrandt painted what they look like. And that usually shuts them up. Or they get attitudes and start doing some kind of shit. Well, look, the current DNA is going to show something different than it was, way back when. Because that whole area has been swept out. There are still black people living there. Still black Berbers. People can't even understand that. No, Berbers, they have to be white. YouTube, boy, like what the fuck? It's all because of what's called white supremacy. If you're raised in America, you're a victim of it. If you're white, you're a victim of it. Because of the education. They wrote all the black people out of history. Paul Revere went one way, a black man went the other way. We don't learn about him in history. There was a black man yelling, "The British are coming." How many of you guys learned that in school? None of you. Not one of you. I get tired of living in America sometimes. What's up, Dominic? You guys are starting to wake up slowly. It's early this morning. I'm up early. I finally was able to sleep half of my night in bed. My back pain is gone. Didn't take any Tylenol PMs to go to sleep. The kidney stones have all dropped through, mostly. But now the coughing and vomiting is back. I threw up outside I was sitting there in my chair watching TV, and I had to run to the door. Couldn't make it to the bathroom. Luckily I had the door propped open so the cat could come in and out. Ugh. There's nothing like cooked, eaten chicken coming up your throat. with barbecue sauce on it. Like fish. So, my subject is simps today, you fellas. I don't know. Males are not what they used to be. The culture in America has changed. I'm from the days of Archie Bunker. Do a search on YouTube for Archie Bunker. And his wife, oh, Archie! You know, his wife was an idiot. Edith Bunker was a total fucking idiot. He was racist. You know, he talked about the blacks. You ever seen white guys say the word the blacks? But they have that extra energy to it. I can't do it because I'm black. I can't put that extra snarl on the word blacks. And that's how he did it. And there was a black family on there. From that show spawned out, I think it was the Jeffersons. That was a black show back in the days. Actually, J.J. Walker. Now the rumor is J.J. Walker is actually dating this blonde Republican chick that's real famous with the white guys. That's the rumor, the new rumor. They've been dating. And Culture or something like that. Like, wow. I mean, she's fucking J.J. Walker. Dynamite! With that wide mouth. Interesting. But she sucked up to, you know, she sold to the old white guys off of Fox News. Most of Bill O'Reilly's viewers are 68 and over. Half of them. So those old white guys that would like some young blonde shit. United States is changing again. We're getting a little bit worse out here in the U.S. As I was talking about the culture, the male culture has changed since I was a kid. I talked about how that commercial many years ago that I used to talk about, the Allianz commercial. The Allianz commercial, the words were, the woman said, I can bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan, show it going to work, then coming home, cooking, and fried up in a pan. And then she switched to a nightgown and never let you forget you're a man. So the bedroom. The fem nuts got into this shit. And Women's Lib. We had this thing called Women's Lib back then. That commercial started changing. And then they added something. Every now and then I need a hand. So it showed the man cooking in the kitchen. Instead of sitting on the couch waiting for his food and, you know, all that shit, and being served and then being sexed up. And then it just went totally downhill after that. Showed him taking care of the baby and cooking in the kitchen. After that, movies like what's that, Daddy Daycare? Was it Daddy Daycare? Where the man stayed at home. More of those started popping up in the 90s where men stayed at home and the women went to work. Then we had a woman trying to run for president. This is how far we've gone. And I don't have a problem with that. I'm not European. I don't have a problem with a woman running the country, but I'm just talking about the changes that I've seen. So the male role has become extremely feminized, and we walk on eggshells around women, afraid to be our natural sexual selves. Many of you guys are victims of this. You're afraid to express your sexuality as men. You're afraid to be around women. You're afraid to let them feel your manness. I don't know what it's going to be like in 50 years. What, are we going to be wearing dresses? They've already tried that with the black community. Put our rappers, told them to put on a dress. They like little bitches. They ran. Kanye West put on a dress. Let's not dress as a kilt. Because I'm Scottish. Black as fuck. I'm Scottish. Whatever, brother. Whatever. Overseas 215. That white trolling as blacks video was deep. I never knew, but it really makes sense now. I've been busting them for years. There was even a guy that got into an argument with me on my site. I don't know why he was trying to argue with me, but he even pretended to be black. Just to get some extra points. The argument came out, well, I'm black. And he wouldn't prove it. So I called him. Plus, it's grammar, like straight out of upscale college. Dominic, Joe Supreme. If brothers knew who Fleece Johnson is, they would not sag. I don't know who Fleece Johnson is myself. Who is he? Overseas. And I'm a history teacher, and I didn't know. Yeah. That's too bad, man. Did you know that there was a black man on the boat crossing Delaware? Go Google the picture right now. He's in the front. Go to Google Images, type in Washington crossing the Delaware. But your history teacher, you know about Benjamin Atticus, I think that's his name, the double agent that worked for Washington that was black. I'm from the days of Al Bundy. That was my favorite show, by the way, Overseas Says. I love that show. I stopped watching it when they had him, the scene that I posted the other day with the gay dude. And he said, sit next to me. I love you, man. I love you. I got it off of the MGTOW dude's video. Al Bundy was a reenactment of Archie Bunker, only a younger version. And I loved that show until they did that. Unfortunately, the homosexual agendas now made it so that they have to have 3% homosexual content in every TV show that goes out on the network, in every movie. That's why, as I said last time, what's that? Power Rangers. One of the girls said she was gay. Alex T. Hey, Preem. They wear dresses like garbs in the Middle East and Africa, typically of Muslim persuasion. I'm okay with that, but wearing it for fashion instead of religion or culture is just wrong. I agree. Those aren't really dresses, by the way, because they wear the pants underneath also. East Indian, they have that long thing in front and the pants. Middle East, same thing. Africa, same thing. I know they wear just a long thing also. You know, they did that back in the old biblical days, that long dress-looking thing. Supreme, why you're... hold on. The weather out here has been really sketchy there, Remo. Earlier, actually, it was my software. Maybe because I'm black. I was watching Cynthia G the other day. She was doing a live broadcast, and they really fucked her over on that one. You couldn't hear anything she was saying. But that might have been her software. That might have been a connection. Oh, I've got to turn this towards me. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm about to go to the gym, do my chest. I haven't worked my chest since last June because I injured my shoulder. I think I talked about it. It took to this time for it to go away. Dominic, I've noticed a lot of guys my age joke about gay shit. To me, it's not even funny. I tell them I'm not with that gay shit. Then they call me homophobic. I don't know where this word homophobic became such a scary word. It means you have a pathological fear of gays? No. I'm not afraid of gays. I'm not afraid of weak men. Then they called me homophobic, but I think they're just guys on the down low. I agree. I got called that when I was on So Suave by the nerds, the internet nerds that were on there. And I realized that, in that time, that period, these internet nerds were the product of ostracization, and so were homosexuals, so that's why they identified with them. And some of them were so confused about their sexuality. Remo. Supreme, I'm going to do a video about my experiences last weekend on the forum. It was pretty ridiculous. What happened? If you don't mind sharing. Unbreakable. P.S. Player Supreme, that's what that means. When you started fucking a girl on your team, did you stay committed immediately or did it take time? Stay committed? Committed? That's that C word, right? It starts with a C, doesn't it? Look, brother, I was a fucking player. I wasn't committed to nobody. Okay? You guys do your dating shit, man. You guys don't understand what a real player is about. Only thing I'm committed to was my dick and my game. Oh, you're asking, did they stay committed? Oh, you did say, did they? Yeah. I always try to give them the best sex they've ever had, and most of them did stay committed. They would actually drop dates with other dudes. Okay? Some of them actually had men, in their lives, and they would break it off with other men. I started studying how to fuck back in high school. When I got my first girlfriend, aka my ex-wife, I practiced the skills. I was literally practicing, and I practiced every day, a couple times a day. She didn't want to have sex, by the way. I didn't realize that she had been, her uncle touched her as a kid. But she never wanted to have sex, so I forced her to have sex. We're married. So I got in a lot of practice. When I got my first female, when I left the relationship, I practiced on her to see if my skills were true. And that one became dedicated. The real word you want to use is dedicated. When your mouth becomes her prayer book, as we used to say back in the days, that's some serious dedication. Now, I openly dated two girls, Susie and Susan. That's how good my sex skills were. With Susan, I came 7 times in a row. Do you think that woman's ever seen a male come more than once in a row? So I did the withdrawal thing. Take it out, come on her, wipe it off on the sheet, and stick it back in. Because I wasn't satisfying myself. My dick kept getting bigger and bigger and harder and harder. And then by the most I ever did, I usually did about 4 or 5 times. But I went to 7 one time. Do you think she's ever had that? And then with Susie, I timed it so that we could come together. Because her coming was so damn easy. And that's the way my sex life went. I learned how to master women in bed so I could time our orgasms together. Not the first time we did it, though. First time was usually exploratory. I made sure I destroyed the pussy. That was my mission. My ego could not exist. I was a victim of my ego. My ego could not exist if I didn't bust her out as many nuts as possible. Even with a woman who had never came with a man before, I got her off. And then the girl I called T-Nits, same thing with her, but I had to lay her down beside me and finger her clit till she got off. Then the next time she came over, I stuck my dick in and I got her off that way. After that, it was a done deal. I'm the only man that ever made her come. I've been that way for quite a number of women out there. A lot of you guys aren't satisfying women. I kept running into these women. And I'm going to work at it because my dick just stays hard. I know how to keep it hard. I learned that in high school. So I'm in there to win it. And bam, bam, bam. Even with a woman that was women that were vibrator junkies. So yeah, I was something new to them, so they stayed true. They would text me to come back over. And some of you guys have had this too, but the majority of you haven't had this. How many women have thanked you after sex? By a show of hands, besides me. How many, I can't see you anyway, but how many of you guys have had women thank you? Christopher, peace, God. Okay, Christopher. Did the girl, Dunbreakable says, okay, Remo, I went on a date with a girl I'm familiar with to a wine tasting. You're doing that datey shit, man. But whatever. You're in New York. I get it. To a wine tasting event. Shit got so shit-faced, I had to take her home. She got so shit-faced, okay. She then proceeded to vomit on my bed, and I had to change her clothes and clean her up. Wow. Ugh. Fuck. Feed the Homeless says, is it okay to eat pussy on the first night? That's your choice there, brother. Wait. You're a black guy? Feed the Homeless, you a black dude? Eating pussy? I guess it's a new thing. Hey. Sisters want that now. Dominic Griffin, I told them it's sexual harassment. Wait a minute, I missed something, Dominic. Dominic, yeah, we can hear you better. Okay. You coming out of the blue. What are you doing, man? You told who? You can look them up on YouTube. The video is like 3 minutes long. Okay. I'll forget when I finish here, but I don't know the guy's name again. I told them it's sexual harassment to say that shit to me, but they would say they were joking, but it's not a joke if everyone... Oh, the homophobe shit. Yeah, okay. Okay, now I remember. Were you shooting blanks? I wouldn't know. I would not know. I still came. It slowed down to just a little bit, maybe a drop after 3 or 4. If that's what you mean by blanks. But there's always some cum that would come out. You know, somewhere in there, like you get a little, just a little smear. Remember, I've been doing that. I in my book, How to Make a Woman Come, I gave you the exercise, how to practice control your orgasms. Depeche. I don't use that N-word, Depeche, especially when you're not black. But you guys are melanated also, but I don't use niggas. Okay? You want to get that out of the black race. Here. Stimulate the mind, stimulate the pussy. No, control the mind, control the pussy. But you're right about stimulate the mind too. That's the bottom part of it. At least for me. I'm about control. Okay? I'm not about equality. I'm not about let's go on a date and let's share the price. That was my game. I'm not about, are we having sex tonight, dear? Feed the Homo says, yeah, our generation eats pussy like a bitch. Yeah, you eat pussy. That's why your generation's got some bitch assness. In my days, there was only white guys. And white guys loved to eat pussy. Hey, they talk about it on my forum. Yeah, we do. I'm not a dog. I'm not going down lapping up a bitch. It's a gift. If I go down on a bitch, that's a gift. With my own girlfriend, I've done it twice. Once or twice. I prefer to receive. But I know how to use... Actually, this doesn't work on Jovina. She's one of those vaginal ones. 25% of women, clitoral orgasms don't work. You have to use your dick. Which is unfortunate. The girl, Susie, she was the 75% that it did work on. And the girl, Susan, the one I had 7 with, She was vaginal. She didn't like her clit touched. And I spent 8 years fucking her. I ended up settling down with girls with that, like that. It's like the biggest challenge, I guess. Sylvester White, if you do it well, women crave you. Feed the homeless. Yeah, I know. Dominic. Damn, that sucks, Remo. Sylvester says, but you must. So you must be of that middle generation. What are you, in your 40s? It started changing. Like, I didn't know it, but Jovina said she ran the brothers that went down. I was like, really? Can you see a pimp going down on his hoe? Can you see a king going down on his harem? I'm not about to buy that How to Make a Woman... I'm about to buy that How to Make a Woman Come book. I've been procrastinating. That's up to you, man. But you'll spend money to go out to the club, right? And pop some bottles. See, a lot of our race, we won't do shit to improve ourselves. That's one thing about we got to change. Feed the homeless. What's up, Dupree? In the black community, all women want you to take them out. With the sisters I've been with, I only went to coffee with one. I'm trying to think. But my first girlfriend, I took her out. My ex-wife. I did the old-fashioned dating thing. I didn't know jack shit. And I was nervous when we went for that first kiss. I lifted her chin up, and she's 5'2". Kissed her. She later said that kiss sucked. Because I always saw my dad, lift my mom up. My mom was 5'10", my dad was 6'2", and lift about her chin and give her a kiss. On the few days, they actually were civil to each other. Dominic, I don't eat pussy. I realized in the black community, they do want you to take them out. For the rank and file. Christopher. See, I met girls at the club, and it was from the club to my place. I was really feeling good when I pulled that mulatto chick, Kim, from the club that night, because she was like one of the hottest ones in the club. And she like a lot of mulatto women, they either go white or they go black. The ones that go black, they want, people my complexion and darker. And they want you to be very masculine as well. And, yeah. She had ass, brothers. She was actually a mulatto with ass for days. And hips. And she was very feminine and womanly. You know what I'm talking about. And then she was, had them freckles and that yellow skin and that long hair. Then she became a bitch I fucked her Thursday, Friday, which was my stupidity. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I think. And then she wanted some more on Tuesday because her period started on Wednesday. So I had someone else coming over and we got in an argument. I cut her loose. See, I'm not going to bow to a female. If she cuts up that early, no thank you. No thank you. After that, then she began to badmouth me at the club. She told this other mulatto named Desiree that I was a faggot. What faggots on fucking bitch all those days in a row? P.S. How do I keep my mind relaxed when I'm on my game. Practice. It takes practice. You gotta learn to feel comfortable in your own skin. When I'm with a woman, I'm fun, chill, and my mind relaxes, but I think I get frustrated. I'm not in that master player level yet. Is it ego? It's a lot of things. Hold on 1 second. I'll keep talking. It occurs over time. You can't become a master overnight. None of you guys are going to become a master of anything overnight. Recognize that it takes time to build into the mastery of women and of yourself and the game. Okay? Don't come to my channel expecting overnight, I'm a pimp overnight. Popping bottles, I don't even drink. Feed the Homeless says. Well, whatever you spend your money on. Entrance to clubs, what is it, $20? Get inside some clubs. That is if you can go out. Dominic Griffin. I tried to get my friends to get your How to Make a Woman Come book, but they think they can learn from porn. Oh, fuck, that's the worst thing. That is the very, very worst thing. Shit. Mark this time on this and show them what I said to them. That's the worst thing you can ever do, is try to learn from some fake ass shit, some fake porn. Wow. That's just beyond stupid. Feed the Homeless. What's up with these 5%ers in here? Don't know what you're talking about, man. I have zero idea what you're talking about. 5%ers in here. No. Alex says the tragic mulatto. I hate dating those type. They're so confused, which I understand. Yeah. That, they have the term the tragic mulatto, but hey, they didn't ask to be born. What I don't like is when we reject them. So they're trying to create their own race, which they can't do, but they're classified as black, but they don't want to be black because, the stigma of being black. That sucks. But white folks won't let them be white. I had one guy, his father was white, and he was in my house saying, why can't I be white? One of my students came to visit me. Why can't I be white? I feel so sorry for him. You look like a light-skinned brother. If you don't look like them, you don't get in the club. They're exclusive, white-only club. There's no white guys here today. Oh, Michael Nolan, good. Women and men is all biology? Is that the word you're trying to say? Biology? Biology? That must be biology based. That's why nerd shit doesn't work, as you're not you. Nerds are them. That's behavior they learned as they ostracize themselves from the rest of the world. See, nerds have this idea they're superior. Weak little bodies, but they're superior. Especially internet nerds, because they can, surf the internet and shit. And game, do the game shit. Women don't do the porn thing. It's just normal sex. Most stuff in porn is nasty. So says the guy that's in the anal sex. Right. Dupree. Did y'all ever speak on how to take control of a woman, of that wigger woman from yesterday? Nope. I'm going to go look at the answers today. I did a show on my site. How to take control of her. Once you hear what I have to say, you'll realize it's true. Evan X. Reese? At Feed the Homeless, knowledge knows very few limitations. Supreme is giving out constructive information. That's what up with the 5% in here. 5%. Dupree, did y'all? Okay, Remo. I don't. Going to an event for wine tasting is doing the dater. If you're going any place but your bed, that's on a date. People think that times have changed, women have changed. Yeah, they've gotten worse. Easier to fuck. But Remo's in the black community. The black community is way different. That's why I give Remo a pass. The black community is way different. White chicks, they jump to bed right away. As you guys know, most of my ladies, 137, 6 women, most of them were white chicks or half white, half Mexican. Smattering of sisters and a couple of mulattoes. Christopher X. I represent the 5% of nation of gods and earths here to civilize the savages, aka the 10% blind, deaf, and dumb, who were brainwashed by the 1 or the 10%. Christopher X, knowledge reigns supreme. So, Christopher, you're a god? Can you make me $1 million? I'm ready to retire and go live in the desert. I'm tired of living in Sacramento and vomiting every goddamn day. I'm sick of vomiting. I want to be able to keep a fucking meal down. But I get so much mucus in my goddamn stomach that I end up vomiting all the goddamn time. And I'm fucking tired of it. Can you take care of that for me? Dominic, it's easier to get head than pussy. Really? That's something I didn't know. Christopher X, arm, leg, arm, head equals... Oh, God, you're one of those religious dudes. Well, Christopher, I don't belong to a building with a sign on it. Salute, Christopher X, salute to all my Asiatics. Asiatics are Europeans and Asian folks. Back in time, Europe was not called Europe, it was called Asia. So he's on that old school knowledge. Evan X, salute. But to the aforementioned point, white girls are generally very cooperative, especially with black men about business. Christopher X, you have the power to make yourself a mill god. So what have you done in your life, Christopher? Are you driving a Rolls Royce? See, I learned from my metaphysical teacher that don't follow a guru unless he's driving a Rolls Royce. Basically, don't follow anybody unless he's shown that he can do what you want to do. That's why when I came on the internet, I showed my proof of game. People were like, why are you showing girls you're fucking? Back in those days, people were the nerds now, nerds, weak men. They're all about, hiding themselves in the dark, putting up these fake avatars to represent themselves. They weren't, of course, acting like men. I've always showed my face. Because I came on the internet as a man. I didn't come on the internet as an internet nerd or some kind of weak male out there. And I showed, this is the girl I met last night. Look, there's a picture of her. And they thought everybody, they're gonna hack your computers, shit like that. On my laptop, I covered the video camera up. In fact, I'm gonna cover it up on this one too. And I use a HD camera to jack in. When I'm done, I unplug it. I'm not afraid. But these guys, they're such cowards. Well, they're weak males. Scrawny little weak fucks that didn't play sports in high school, that didn't go to the gym. Back then, And they just lived in fear. Christopher X, I can take you to the pool, but can't make you swim. That's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I can show you the door, but you must go through it. Try another one. Goes, definitely not religious, B. I do not support European religion. I'm more of an agnostic. I want to know. That's what agnostic means, to know. Sylvester White, it is a strange phenomenon. White women melt when they see a black man handling biz. 50% of black women hate. 50% choose correctly. Is it that high? The hateration from sisters? I know back in the 60s, women's lib rose up between the argument between white women and white men. They bought everyone else into their bullshit, and black women joined, became feminists, and it caused separation between black men and black women. Because back in the days, sisters were old school. My ex-wife was old school. If I want something to eat, 12 o'clock at night, she'd get up and fix it. She's actually a good woman. And she's also a good cook. Sylvester White, that is true. While they grow up and witness white supremacy every day, some of them still crave us. Excuse me. Or at least curious. Yeah. The ones you want to get at are the ones that are curious, because no brothers touch that. That's the ones I like. I don't go where some other brother's been all slobbering up in it and stretching the shit out. You know? Fuck that. That's why I hunt in the white clubs. Christopher says, X says, no, I'm not really into Royces. Okay. I've owned plenty of luxurious vehicles. Can you show me videos? Can you show me a video of your house with you in it saying, hey, this is me? Okay. But that's neither here nor there. See, talk is cheap on the internet. I ran that bullshit years ago. Yeah, I live in a mansion. And yeah, I fucked Britney Spears last night. That's all materialistic shit. That's an excuse. If you're a guru, you should be living like one. I feel you. I'm the same wave. In the same wave. Sylvester, some black women hate a black man that's handling his business. Maybe it's because some dislike authority. That's where they've been raised, to dislike authority, and by their mamas, they've been conditioned. And the mothers got conditioned by the grandmothers, who got conditioned by government. And I mean government. They set up so that welfare system, you can't have a man in the house. You know, see, dominant society, they're dying out. They have a negative birth rate. Sorry to talk about this, Michael Nolan. But it's all over Europe as well. And here in America, it's really bad. They're in the negative, and they can fuck every day and have babies every day and still won't catch up in 20 years. So there's something that's shutting the race off. There are men, I've read there are men in dominant society that will have sex like once a year. We just saw that the other day. I've heard that many times before. The husbands aren't having sex with their wives anymore. Don't know what's going on. It's like a switch got flipped inside their morphic field, if you guys know anything about quantum physics. This is my problem living in Sacramento. That time of the year, I guess. Dominic, yeah, yay. Nowadays, I met this one chick at this college, and she was trying to get me to get to her dorm. He said dorm, but it means dorm. She said she would blow me because I didn't have a rubber. Cool. Yeah, I always carry a rubber in my wallet. Open to the billfold part where the cash is, there'd be a rubber in there. Problem is, you want to carry your wallet in your front pocket. My jeans are always loose fitting. I didn't wear the skinny gay jeans like you guys do today, so mine were always loose, and they're still loose. I just wore jeans the other day, and I carried my wallet in my front pocket. See, I'm wearing baggy jeans. Let me see if you guys can see that. I'm in a wine cellar at one of my clients' house. Evan X, it's true. White supremacy is based on the fact that the white man has a fear of genetic annihilation. Yeah, I know about Dr. Chris Welsing. Michael asks, what's morphic field? It's actually MORPHIC. You got to study quantum physics and stuff like that. A morphic field, everything on Earth, Michael Nolan, has an energy field around it, right? You've learned that we are surrounded by an energy field, right? Well, there is an energy field for every thing on the planet. There's an energy field for man. Within an energy field for man, there are black men, there are white men, different morphic fields, but still under the main energy field of man. Okay? Man has an energy field. Giraffes have their energy field. Zebras, lions, everything has an energy field. So if we come to the physical plane, we have things that are called instincts, like a baby has instinct to suck. We don't know where it comes from. The idea is that the history of man is contained within the energy field, within the morphic field. We draw our DNA. Remember, everything in the physical has its opposite in the energy perspective. Okay? So everything that we learn or that we have within us, we become as human, like our DNA, our instincts, comes out of that morphic field. One thing they learned in quantum physics is when they create something new, the same thing will pop up way across the planet. They create a new virus, suddenly it shows up way across the planet. If you study quantum physics, they say that the beating of a butterfly in Africa will affect the winds. The beating of the wings of a butterfly in Africa will affect the winds in Alaska. Because we're in an entire ecosystem that's everything's connected. Christopher, I actually indeed can show you videos. When I do, what are your sentiments going to be? Haha, you haven't shown anything yet. So yeah, I've had way too many motherfuckers show up talking out the side of the mouth. Christopher. And you and Evan X showed up at the same time. Are you guys together? Remo says, I'd ask, what do you do? Oh, he's asking Christopher, what does he do? Okay. Dominic, that's true. My brother-in-law's friend only has sex with his wife once a year, and she's always horny. And one time, she was all over my older brother. He had to get my sister to get her off. Evan X. Coincidence. I think I asked you, is that you, Grease? Sylvester, dude's gonna lose his wife. Yeah, I agree. So homosexuality affects the morphic field. Exactly. Exactly, Michael. Not to be racial, there's a belief that homosexuality started in the caves of Europe. Because if you had sex with a woman, you produce another mouth to feed, and she's just tied up for 9 months or whatever. That's how anal sex started. That's why it's, can be predominant within a certain group of people. That's how pedophilia started, because kids were there. And remember, horny dudes in a cave, they're fucking horny. They need some satisfaction. And of course, sex with little boys, which, as you remember, the Greek culture, that's what they were about. Evans, I'm not Greek. Okay. That's right. You would have said yes to me. So once it started in the morphic field of man, it spreads. There's a strong belief that there was no homosexuality in Africa. You do your own research on this until colonization. I was just watching a video the other day of African sex workers saying that a lot of the stuff is coming in now on the internet and TV, porn. But I've heard this again from the tribal people, that there was none of it in their history. And one of them said the Arabs brought it in. But I think once it affects the morphic field, it spreads everywhere. Up next, homosexuality did begin in Europe. We can trace it back to Greece if need be. That's why it got called doing it Greek style or whatever. Not to defame you Greeks, that was just your culture back then. Dominic, cave days were gross. No. They were beyond gross. Imagine it's 200 below out there. There's no food. You got to go out there and hunt. Can you survive that type of cold? Now, remember our European folks, they were us when we went to those caves, by the way. We're the ones who bred with somewhere in there, we bred with the Neanderthals. I think that allowed us to be able to tolerate the cold, because those guys had no problem out there. They survived in the cold. People from Africa couldn't survive 200 below temperatures. So I think they realized they had to interbreed with these Neanderthals in order to survive this coming cold. Something, I don't know, somehow they realized that. That's why our dominant society folks, they have 3 to 10% Neanderthal DNA within them, but allowed to survive and thrive. But imagine, it's beyond anything you've ever experienced, cold. And you're in there, 20,000 years, whatever it was? 20,000 years? Just say 10,000 years. 1,000 years. What kind of people does it take to survive that? You become some hard motherfuckers. That's why when they bust out them caves, they're warring with everybody in Europe. Europe has a long history of warring with each other. Dupree, that's why white people like going to the wild. Well, do you know we've lost that connection, Dupree? We lived in Africa. Remember, we lived in harmony with our land. We had conquered the king of the beast out there. We wore his head, the lions. Black Americans, we've lost that. I was watching that show, that's survival show where they stick them out in the wilderness. They got whoever lasts the longest. I can't remember the name of it now, but this black dude in the army. So I was in the army, strutting around. He got out in the woods. I think the longest person lasted 3 months before the last one dropped off and he won. This brother lasted 4 hours. He started hearing noises and got all scared and talking about, I ain't never heard nothing like that before. He called in the same fucking day. I was so embarrassed in my own skin. The last show, the recent season, was a woman. There were a lot of women there. And these women were just kicking ass. Michael Nolan, I'm into women's butts, though, not men's. I know Michael Nolan. There's, 5% of the population is gay. I see the energy. Let's just forget about butt slamming, mug runching, or rug munching. Forget about the act. Let's look at homosexuality as just an energy. Now we have the energy of life. The energy of life is out there as well. What does the energy of life want? To create more life. Right? For everything, it's got to have its opposite. The opposite of that is homosexuality. Homosexuality does not create life. It's our opposite. So we have the positive, and I'm going to just label it for now, negative. Create life, anti-life. And I think they've done studies on this. Like they found that for the English, when the Germans were bombing the fuck out of them, they had more homosexual males born at that because the women didn't release the right amount of testosterone in their uterus. By the way, one of the ways that you can become homosexual is from your mother. If she doesn't release the right amount of testosterone, if she don't release the right amount of testosterone, you come out as a woman. At certain elements or certain times while you're in gestation, your mother will release testosterone, will cause the little nub that's your little dick, instead of a clit, it grows into a dick. And your ovaries drop down and you grow balls. We start out the same, sexless. Don't know if you guys knew that. We start out basically, we could have been women. So there was something wrong with the testosterone. Testosterone, what is the energy side of that? I think some babies are more susceptible to the energy of homosexuality while they're inside. Because that energy is on the planet. It's not going anywhere. We created it. And it's expanding. Everything wants to grow. So males are getting shut off. They found if you put mice in a closed environment, the mice will shut off and turn homosexual. So see it as mankind's trigger so we don't overbreed the planet. It's a fail-safe. So men end up being attracted to booty, man's booties. Doesn't produce any kids. I always wonder, so if everything's energy, and it's supposed to be set up to be positive, negative, I'll just go like that, positive, negative, what happens when it's positive, positive, or negative, negative? Isn't that not creating a bad source of energy on the planet when you combine too much of something? You guys ever study electronics? So in the metaphysical plane, what's happening metaphysically on the planet? And then suddenly AIDS popped out. I realized, I think that's nature's way of shutting down because they're growing too fast. A lot of blacks believe, they created AIDS to kill black people. White people dying. White people, first people start dying from that shit. I don't like black stupidity. Like those blacks that believe that black Americans are not from Africa. I accept that black people came here, the mound dwellers, the Olmec heads, but no. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not going out there. I'm too comfortable in my home. Don't know what you mean. Dominic, they became a product of their own environment. Abu Bakar. Muhammad? You forgot the A? Never heard of Muhammad. 5% is a lot of people. No wonder it got legalized in the USA. Yep. See what happened, Abu Bakar, back when I was a kid, it was considered basically a disease. It was treated as a disease. And guys were getting therapy for it. Can you see yourself on a therapist's couch, a psychiatrist's couch? Yeah, I just like the smell male ass. They were getting therapy for it. But unfortunately, the homosexual agenda got people on the inside of the medical board, and they got it taken out as a classified medical disease back in the 70s. Then they came out with their agenda right after that. And their agenda is they want to be able to, if you have a little brother that's like, 5 or 6, they want to be able to have sex with your little brother. This is true. Go find their agenda. Because they think the kids actually want it. In the 80s, I think, or 90s, they came out with that NAMBLA organization where they take photographs with little boys and they slather over them. You see the guys that do it, these weak, Caucasian, doughy type dudes that you just want to, just knock the shit out of them. Just these creepy old white guys that like little boys. Michael Nolan, I suppose that's where the nice guys, popped up from this gay thing. Nope. I think nice guys popped up in the last 60 plus years. Back in America, the whole thing started shifting towards women. Okay? That we have to walk on eggshells around them. We can't show our natural masculinity, as I was talking about earlier, Michael Nolan. Here in America, we had what's called the women's lib movement. Women would burn their bras. I don't know why they would do something stupid like that. So you have saggy boobs. But it's basically fueled by the homosexual women who were behind the women's lib movement, which became the femnuts. The feminists. They separate women from men, gives them more pussy to lick, more women to hunt. Because with their community, they all look like butt ugly dykes. They wanted some lesbians to come in. Some pretty lesbian potential girls come in. So it worked. Plus, you guys, those conspiracy theorists, people believe that, and I'm on that side too, that, the ruling people that control us, you guys from Europe, remember your kings and queens and all the rich fucks? And you guys were all peasants? They still run the fucking planet. They ain't gone anywhere. They kept their money. So we have that same shit in America. They don't want us breeding. Evan X, positive of negative give you what's called a short circuit. I know that. And then we had AIDS come up. Short circuit is usually a result of combustion or some other destructive failure. Combustion, destructive failure. Yes. Abu Bakr, was Ebola made to wipe the black? That's a rumor. I don't know the validity of that. I can't say that. I have no information supporting it. Dominic, yay, I think that's true that it's the kids they really want. Yeah. Well, imagine, you're a little gay guy. You're a predator. They have what's called tops and bottoms. The bottoms, they bend over, take up the ass, and they just love it. They love it. Ah! It reminds me when I was watching that show, Rome. They had tons of homosexuality within Rome. And there was this swarthy guy. He was like brown skin with wavy hair. And one of the guys was doing the ass. And another guy came downstairs and saw it. And he smiled at him while he's getting done in the ass. Those people love getting fucked in the ass. The predators that want to butt fuck, they like it tight, I guess. And virgin asses, you do a guy's ass, it stretches out. They want to, I guess maybe they like this or something, I don't know, but they want to feel it. I don't see the attractiveness of kids, little boys. I don't get it. I'm not gay. But I'm just trying to think, why would they go for little kids? Dominic, yeah, I think that's true that it's the kids they really want. Thank you for your comment. It's now 9:30. I think I'm going to go to the gym about 10 o'clock. Did the back yesterday. So when you think about it from an energy perspective, Evan X, because everything that's physical has its opposite or its same thing on the energy plane. Because everything, if you study physics, is energy. What is energy? It's motion, vibration. So when you short circuit, what happens? When you get negative, to make a complete circuit, you need to push and you need to pull. A man and woman, push, pull. Aggressive, feminine. Michael Nolan. Abu Bakar. That's the Pope shit. He says, ask the Pope. Michael Nolan, say if you and your partner don't have AIDS, is it true if her anal a bit dirty and bleeds and it goes into your what? Basically, I guess it's your dick head. It'll give you AIDS? That's just plain stupid. AIDS is a virus. If the virus is not in the body, where's it going to come from? But if she does have AIDS, then the ripping will get into your... Actually, a nurse told me that it's not that often that it really happens. It gets in the head of your dick, but whatever. Dominic says, I don't why guys like anal sex. Why not just fuck the pussy? For me, it was when she was on her period. Next, I agree. Positive to negative is the only way charge functions, just like protons and neutrons. Shit. I'll be right there in a minute. I do live a real life. I live in a home. I have two of those karaoke boxes that I jack my phone in, so when I'm listening to audiobook, I can make it louder. And the charge usually lasts for it's supposed to last for 72 hours, but it seems like it just lasts 2 days at most now, 48 hours. Fuck mail. Any questions, fellas? Anybody's having any problems in the game? society is basically brainwashing us to be suckers. How do you stay focused? I don't watch organized television. I download my TV shows. I don't listen to commercials on the radio. I don't listen to music on the radio. Because if you're black, music is the first place they get you. Remember I told you fellas that our rappers sold us out? The new rappers? There was a big battle when you guys were little boys. There was a big battle in the rap industry as white folks begin to take over all the rap companies, all the music companies. And now we own nothing. We don't own BET. We don't own any of the rap companies. And as I said, they gave these rappers, if you want to get a song out there, you have to never talk about white people, never talk about homosexuals. Why? You guys remember In Living Color? The rapper that sung the song for that. His words are like a faggot in heat. Yeah, they got that shit. That shit's gone. In Living Color's from the early 90s. Okay, so we don't hear anything about gays. Don't talk about Jews, and don't talk about the police. So you guys are suckers if you listen to current rap. I did download a song, but I think it's on my other computer. Fuck. It was actually a rap song that I paid for because it was actually the way rap used to be. I'll be right back. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Must be on this computer. Fuck. I'll have to look for it another time. Really good rap song. Good message. I think it's by Willie B. You guys follow that dude Willie B? listen to Redman. I don't listen to Redman. I don't really listen to rap music anymore. I like the beat, but look at the words. The current rap you listen to start off as gangster rap. It's all about violence amongst ourselves. Nah. Dominic, how many minutes should you practice the How to Make a Woman Come product? It's up to you. Determine your own schedule there. Funny, I made a song about that called Hip Hop is Gay, Evan X says. He also says, actually, all of my music is generally a critique of the weak nature of current rap music. Good. Dominic, a lot of old rappers say gay stuff in their songs. Biggie was part of the change. After that, it got really bad. He didn't say gay shit, he talked about faggots. He's making fun of... Ah, shit. It's time to go. Redman, Cool Keith to Dominic says, Coon by Willie D. Thank you. How did you know? Is it Willie? Yeah, it's Willie D, isn't it? There it is. Fuck. Fuck. I haven't seen the video yet. The Tragic Mulatto, okay. He goes on to talk about all different type of coons, including if you're black and you voted for Trump. Sorry, Chris James and other black Trumpers. but he calls as he sees it. Good song. I paid the $1.99 for it. I suggest you guys go do the same. Support the brother. It's actually a good song, good to listen to. Current message. That's kind of rap that I like. It has a message to it, not the cheap shit. You know, smoking blunts and popping bottles and all that silly shit. I know I sound old, but I don't like that new message. Chris L.O. Storm. Hello, sir. I've just joined in the live stream. I've been listening for some minutes. Well, welcome, Chris. Evan X. All right, good people. Always enjoy the show. Glad I caught this one live. Later, man. Willie D used to be a rapper back in the 80s and 90s. I did not know that. I just got turned on to him by Professor Black Truth. I'd never seen one of his videos. I've been watching some of his videos lately. You should get them for free. No, you shouldn't. Support the artist. Okay? Don't listen to Abu Bakar. Don't steal from a black man. I paid for it. I got both versions, the naughty version and the clean version. It's just $1.99. Support the artist so he can continue to do what he does. And I hope they don't ding this video because I played a song in it. Because that means this whole entire video, the audio track will get silenced. But I am doing it to support the artist. And he does a show, almost a daily show on current events. He's probably going to do the show that I started this show with, or do a show about the subject I started the show with, the idiot in San Bernardino. Looks like we're slowing down on questions, so I think I'll head my ass out to the gym and work on the chest today. My goal is to try to do like one body part a day so I get back into the habit. When I got sick, I stopped working out. It's been a long... What's it been, 4 months? Yeah. To finally start to feel a little better. But that's the way shit is, I guess. You guys have a good day. If there are no more questions, if you have a question, type it in real fast. I'll wait 2 minutes since there's a delay on this thing. Questions like if you have trouble with your girl or you're trying to get a girl, how do I do it, that type of thing. Got one of the best minds on the planet. Oh, I fucking forgot. I put up a video. Sorry about that. I put up a video showing this video from some girl that showed up on World Star. And I asked you guys to take a look at the video and then solve how would you get at her? How would you get at the bitch? And the goal is to figure out, what's going to take to get at this girl. She's got a lot of ego, right? She got a ton of fucking ego. Ah, good. He's got it back to me. I'm reading a message right now. All right. That mess is gone. To talk to Brother Grease. So let's get back to the situation. Go take a look at the video. This chick got all kind of attitude. She's talking to black pimps. And what she said is true. You know, without hoes, there wouldn't be any pimping. There couldn't be pimps. The two need each other. That's very true. But I asked you, how would you break her down? Now, I'm a personal trainer. So I could see her physical weakness. I'd come in on her on a physical tip because she's on Instagram, blasting out, showing her body, thinking it's perfect. Her calves are weak. See, I'd rate her like I would a bodybuilder. And I would come in, you know, point out her weaknesses to her. That type of woman can't stand that. But I'm a professional at what I do. So she will respect that. And I say, if you really want to come up, you know, you got to make your calves stronger. Because look at her calves. They're weak. There's like no muscle there. Look at her legs. Okay, slim is good, but slim with shape and muscularity is even better. I'll tell her that I can make her a star. So these pimps come in talking all that crazy shit, you know, the money for the green, and if a hoe got it cheap, they don't use their heads. They need to figure out what are her weaknesses. Her ego is her weakness. Most people have a weakness from the ego. When I first came to this internet, I was all ego. I'm coming down from the mountain talking to these lowly worms down there. That was my weakness. If I could do it over again, I would do it like I'm doing now, trying to be just a normal dude. Yeah, I did some amazing things with women in the game, but hey, I'm still a guy. So with this chick, when I look at women, that's why I want to get their life story, because I want to figure out what is their weakness. So I know what buttons to push. So being a professional trainer, I would have an easy in. And if you're just a dude trying to get her, you know, you got to impress her that you're not that impressed. You know, in her photos, her hair is down below her butt. She's standing naked with all that long hair below her butt. Oh, that's impressive. I've had long hair before too. Doesn't mean anything to me. You got to have that attitude that you're above her. She might be a dime. Listen, she might be a dime, but you're a $100 bill. Okay? That's from the Pimps Network. I didn't create that phrase. If I take something, I always give credit to it. I don't steal. I don't lie and I don't steal. So she might be a dime, but you're a $100 bill. That's the attitude that you want to take. Okay? So compare a $100 bill to just a lowly dime. You know, she's a 10. Think about what you can make in your life. You're a man. You can go out there and start a business and create millions if you weren't fucked up in your head. Okay? You've seen people go from nothing to something. My son Tracy couldn't even get a fucking job because of his record. His goal is to make $350,000 this year. You've seen his vehicles. You've seen the house. You haven't seen the house he actually lives in. It's a fucking maze up in there. So many fucking rooms. But he lives there. His 2 sons, his wife's aunt, and my ex-wife. They got extra bedrooms. I said, yeah, next week I'm moving in. They got a pantry full of food, man. We barely got food in our refrigerator. You know, we go to Walmart on Saturday and we buy just enough for the week. Food don't stay fresh. But for breakfast, I usually have 2 boiled eggs and a cup of coffee. Lunch, 2 boiled eggs with some lettuce. Dinner, chicken. I'm sick of chicken now. I mean, I told her I can't take chicken anymore. But with a salad, you know, we eat cheap. So, from something, and the name of it, by the way, my son also started a skateboard company. He was selling skateboards out of his trunk. Because he's a skateboarder, a black skateboarder. He was such a skateboard freak as a kid. And I'd never seen that. He didn't have any black friends. He had Asian friends. And I'm thinking, God damn, you ain't got any black friends, son? But I was the same way. I didn't have a black friend until I was in my 30s. I had acquaintances in high school, but nobody close to me. So anyways, his name of his company he started the logo was from nothing to something. for a skateboard business. That he's in his third business, because he also was trying to start a skateboard shop, but that didn't work out right, so he switched over to something else. So you guys have the potential to become entrepreneurs if you chose that path. The point is, you got to choose that path. Most of you guys are happy with your 9 to 5s, and you're afraid to go out there. But for the 3% of you, if there are 1,000 people watch this video, there'll be 3% of you that will think, maybe I can do that. We're called the 3%ers. I don't know about that 5% shit. What is it? 5%? No, 10% of the 20% of the guys do what 80% of the guys are afraid to do. That 80-20 rule. And I guess it breaks down from there. But I'm one of the 3%. So 3% of you will go out and do this. The rest of you guys will live boring ass ordinary lives. You'll work for someone else. You'll be told what to do. You guys who listen to me right now, you go to a job. You don't like the job. I got to give props to Remo. He actually started his own company at one time. So props on that, Remo. But most of you guys, that's going to be your life. Abu asks how to sign up for ZenMac.com. Go to ZenMac.com. Ask Remo, because I never went through my own registration process. And when you get on there, listen to my latest show on how I told you guys how to break this girl down. So I'm talking about the girl. She's all ego. She's on Instagram, getting all those followers. You got to prove her that you're better. Your $100 bills. I was trying to show you guys have so much potential. All of you. I don't care if you're a black living in the ghetto. You have so much potential that you don't even tap into, because you have this, and you're a man. Unfortunately, society has crushed your balls as men. All of you guys, listen to me. You have potential up the ass. You could create. Who made all the inventions out there? 99.9% of them. Men. Not just white men. Black men also invented shit. Google or search on YouTube for black inventions. Chris L.O. Storm and other Caucasian folks. You'd be surprised at things we've invented. Not just to mention just the chip that makes the computer work. The chip that makes the cell phone work. And what they say, a Nigerian came up with the concept of the internet. But there was 2 white guys that actually had the original concept, though. The original, little idea for it. But, so don't get fooled. But we did this. As James Brown said, we created the planes, the trains, and the automobiles. Greece is getting ready to buy into a business. Diamond says, I want to start a business. Doesn't Greece have? No, he does not. Not yet. In fact, I'm approaching with an idea of one of my sons. He's making about $19,000 a month gross. He's in my business, but he sells his gym. He has his brand new gym, all kind of nice equipment. It's a franchise to other trainers. And since I was the second trainer in Sacramento, now there's like one in every fucking corner. Personal training is a big business now. And these guys don't want to work for gyms. The gyms make you sell their stupid little pills and potions and shit like that. You got to have a certain sales quota. It sucks working for a gym. I'm glad I never went through that. I started with my own business out the gate. I got the gold certificate in all my certifications. Personal training, also in kickboxing. They had a gold certification for kickboxing. This is for 24-hour fitness. They were doing their own certification thing. So I went through all this shit, aced it. But anyway, so I'm getting ready to when he finalizes his final deal, to settle on the idea of investing in another one of my son's businesses. That'll be my retirement program, because I'll make money from that. Anyways, all of you guys should find out what it is that you're passionate about doing, because that's what you want to start a business on. You don't want to start a business that you hate. Okay? I enjoyed weight training. I actually enjoyed helping people. And by the way, a business is about who can you help, being of service. If you're not of service, like my son Christopher, he's a trainer. He sucks. I told his mom, he sucks. He's not a good trainer. And she's all being all, yes, he is a good trainer. Yes, he is. I said, no, he sucks because he isn't himself. He only cares a fuck about himself. That's Christopher. He's always been like that. Only into himself. You know, if he had $1, he wouldn't give his brother a nickel. He would give his mother a nickel because he might have 5 cents less. That type of kid. He sucks as a trainer, and he's losing clients because of it. I'm gonna have to sit him down and talk to him about that shit. You know, I told him you suck. I already told him you sucked because you're into yourself. I already told him that shit, but I'm gonna sit him down to have a good talk with him over that shit. You got to want to be of service. Like, look at me doing these free shows. Look how many free shows I've done for you guys. I'm being of service. So you got to enjoy what you do. When I first started this business, I couldn't wait to get home and do a fucking podcast show. It's dealing with the white trolls and the idiots that kind of, you know, smashed all that. And then to go in business, that changed it too. But I still have a passion for this community. That's why I do these free shows. So you got to have a passion for what you want to get into. So it's not just a job. So find out what it is that you're passionate about. Yeah, there are a lot of trainers in California, in Illinois. I don't think it's as saturated. Why don't you, how about I show you how saturated it is? Here's one way you can tell. Where are you at? What's your name, your city again? What is the name of your city, Dominic? Chicago? By the way, one of my guys from my forum that I helped build his business, he's in Chicago. So let's just take Chicago. Damn, I can't spell it. There it is. These are all ads. This is what I'm in, the 3-pack. These are all the personal trainers. These people are, I don't know what they're doing. Find your trainer. More fucking ads? Shit. Google's changed. Got a lot of fucking ads. These are trainers that are paying money on the shit. I don't see my ex-guy's ad anywhere. That's all you do is tell, damn, they're doing ads at the bottom of the shit now. Shit. That's my business. I'm number one. And I don't even take clients anymore. But I know how to get my business up there. And I got a 5.0 rating. Wow, that's cool. Okay? You got to know how to market your business as well. I studied internet marketing. By the way, don't call me. I never pick up long distance calls. People try, hey man, help me. I will never answer you. I consider that an intrusion on my personal life. People try to add to my personal Facebook account instead of going to Zen, last name Mac, which I don't go to anymore anyway, but go to my fan page, the Real Men's channel, and you can talk to me there, but I don't go there very much. I was there this morning. Anyways, I would never let you into my Facebook account, and I would never pick up your calls. Back then, I had some trolls call me and leave weird messages. I gave my number out to a couple of guys that called me at 3 in the morning. I would never do that again. So let's see. Dominic says, I want to work with athletes. What do you want to do with athletes? I've kind of shifted from the subject of how to break that girl down, but basically come in above her. show her that your attitude is you've had better, you're not impressed. That'll get her ego right away. She's all about her ego. As I said, people with ego have a weakness. They can be brought down. That's men and women. When you got a woman like that thinks she's all that in a bag of chips. And this is what I did to this chick. She was like, okay, if there was a such thing as a 10, she was a 10. I don't care what race you are. You would have thought she was a 10. She was 5'9", brunette, natural boobs, slim, tall. No, she was 5'10". She was the Kings type of chick, Sacramento Kings. In fact, she was fucking with one of them. And she came in to train with me, and I treated her like shit. Within a month, she said, Chris, I'm in love with you. For some reason, these hot women love it when you treat them like shit. Like you're not that impressed with them. Being a trainer, women get nervous. When I tell them what I did, I own a personal training business. I almost have my own studio. They get impressed and they also get nervous. They think, oh, I feel so fat. You're judging me. So they put me up here. That's the advantage of being a trainer. A lot of guys, because I was a personal trainer, they just wanted to become a personal trainer. Sorry. I'm a sick-ass personal trainer. Gotta wait for the dizziness to pass. My brother is trainer. There are many different niches within athletes, like you might want to be. Like my son started in business training kids for, I don't know if you played sports, but D1 sports. Those are the kids that are preparing for scholarships. They're the cream of the crop. And those kids need a trainer. And he's not really a personal trainer. I wish I could go in there and start, teach them how to be real trainers. But he actually interned at UCLA. He met John Cena. Is it John Cena? That actor dude? Because he was friends with the guy that ran the lifting department at UCLA. But he interned there and for his master's degree. He's got his master's in it. In sports something. Kinesiology. So he's all about fixing them, correcting their form, their technique. And he loved it. But dealing with black folks that kept trying to nickel and dime him just kind of broke his little heart. Our race, we got to do better, man. We got to do better. He had this one brother that came in named Mike that was renting time. Mike started thinking he owned the place. And we had to run him out. Now he has his own place. That's where he should be. The party I was at, I was the only black male in the room, and Jovina, I told you she was ostracized. So I started forcing people to talk to us. I met a guy named Bavaldi. Yeah. He's like a quarter Italian. And he told me that the guy that I trained, who I was there to, celebrate his retirement party, fired him. And he started his own business. He became very successful. So it's like the best thing he ever did. Some of you guys need to get fired. Like my son Tracy, he got fired from a job that he had, kind of fudged about if he had a record or not. He lied. And they found out, and he fucking loved that job. Because all his girls, he was into clothes and dress. All of his girls were buying him new outfits. They were buying him cars. They were buying him motorbikes. You guys remember that shit? He always had a new outfit on. Every day of the week. Matching. He's all matchy-matchy with his Vans. Those little van type shoes. All different colors and styles and shit to match in the matching clothes. He had some chick whose father was a chiropractor, so she had a lot of money. And then he loved the half Asian chicks and the Asian chicks, and they had money. The Unbreakable. I'm about to buy a home and turn it into rental property. Good. Once this house gets hopping, I'm planning on purchasing more real estate. That's one of the best ways to do it. I wish I had done that in my youth. I'm 57. I'm fucking old now. I either have to make it big or wait for my mother to pass away to leave me. She has over $700,000, but that goes to my older brother. and his family, but I get half of the house that she's in. Why? Because I'm an Arnett. I'm my father's son, and my older brother's not. Hold on. Donna says, that's my plan too, Unbreakable. That's why I learned about Tom Hopkins. I imported Tom Hopkins stuff from the 70s, the phrase he used in sales. He wrote a book on sales. Like when girls are throwing up bullshit, don't you agree that you and I are both adults? The word don't you agree? Isn't it true that we're both over 21? We should be acting like adults? Don't you agree? Isn't it true? And a few other phrases. It causes people to side with you. Like she's objecting to, putting out, which I didn't have too much of. Hardly ever had to have to use those phrases, but they work. When I'm having debates with people, face to face, I use them all the time. Okay, it's now 10:15. Okay. I've got shit to do. I've got to get to the gym. I need to get back on my schedule of training. So hopefully you guys who are working your jobs, enjoy them. But the 3% of you guys who dream, go for your dreams. Okay? That's why I watch the guys who live in their vans. These are older, retired people mostly, and there are younger people that do that, and they work online. And my goal is, I set a goal for the fall to move out of Sacramento to where it's warmer in the wintertime. That's when I get the worst. So I'm going to work online in the fitness field. So I set the goal of getting clientele online. And I did a practice session with Kevin for a month, as I told him it was for a month. I did 4 exercise videos for Kevin with my girl Jovina. And hold on. No, that's the wrong web address. So my goal is to start, marketing my exercise videos for women that want to work out at home. I've advertised these videos. I put them out there a little bit, and people love them. For example, I don't want to give up the web address. Let me just blank it out. There. This is week 4. This is diet program every day of the week. This is a girl that teaches aerobics online. This is what I was doing every morning till I got sick, and I'm trying to get back into. This is an aerobics class, just 15 fucking minutes a day. Simple walking shit with little kicks, knee raise. And this is what I try to get them to do instead of walk on a fucking treadmill, because this is actually better for you, because she does, arm movements, shit like that. Bonehead aerobics. Jovina's ab workout. This is Jovina doing his actual physical workout. So she's going to start with, squats. She's doing, bench press. So, I put music with my workouts. So I give you the cadence to work out at, the proper cadence. These are old-fashioned leg exercises. He does do other stuff. So no other trainer out there is doing this. No other trainer out there is doing that. And my goal is to be able to start marketing this to people. This type of training program that are out of shape. They're basically, you guys didn't see that, did you? Okay, let me try that again. Fuck. Okay, let's see. Can you see? So this is aerobics class. Ab workout, that's the morning. Evening, training. She's doing squats. She's doing bent over rows. Before that was the bench press, dumbbell squats, shoulder press. I worked the entire body. Curls, arms, stuff that Kevin could do, or someone that was basically overweight could do. And that's the market that I'm going for. Okay? You got to narrow down your niche. Like, some of you may want to work with people who just have bad backs. Some of you may want to work with overweight. Some of you may want to work with people who have a broken leg. They broke a leg or something like that. That's the best way to start your business, is to narrow down, drill down into a sub-niche. Have you been to school for that, Dominic? You do need sports education for that. I like to dominate, which I do when it comes to my work. Dunbreakable says, I just need to be more patient with this trait when it comes to women. Chris, I'm going off to hit the weights and make some gains. All kind of gains. Today is chest day for me. Good. Thank you for dropping some truth about the game. Appreciate it. Have a nice day. Thank you very much for coming, Chris. This is the way relations between black and white should be. We're respectful to each other. I hate the racists out there that come in, and I've been called a nigger in the last few days so many times. There's one guy named Pablo Flavion or something like that. I said something to him. I forgot what I said to him. He comes back, fucking nigger! Fucking nigger! As if that really is going to hurt my feelings. And I said, man, it looks like I must have made you emotional, brother. Donna says I'm doing the NASAP. That's a good organization. Get your certs through. Certifications. Cool. All right. it's time to go. I've been talking to you guys for free for 2 hours. If you like the show, go hit my donation button. I've been looking up what this Patreon shit is. I don't quite get it. A lot of people have this Patreon thing. I don't know what that is. Someone send me a note about that. But I'm out of here, fellas. I got shit to do.